Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Some of My Jokes Don't Land. This is the 15th episode and it's a really great episode. Before starting, let me say, hi guys, this is my podcast. I am Ayan. I'm a budding filmmaker and a podcaster. I think you guys have followed me till now. If you haven't, welcome to this podcast. It's a great place to be. We talk about exciting stuff and today's topic is actually really exciting and there are a couple of reasons for it. First of all, the topic we have chosen is actually pretty different from what we usually do. We usually take a very broad topic and talk about the key things what I find interesting in it. But for this week's topic, which is cancel culture, I decided to invite two of my friends for this for the first time. I decided to invite two of my friends because I thought that it is something that is not very factual. It needs discussions because it's about opinions and what people think of. Because cancel culture is something that we all are aware of, that's happening all around. So I had a discussion with two of my friends. They're actually sisters, and it turned out to be really good. We had so many agreements, so many disagreements. We got to know each other better, and at the end of the day we decided what we felt about these things. We actually went into several topics. We talked about stand-up clips. We talk about cultures that are prevalent everywhere. We even talk about a few films that few of us found offensive and few of us didn't. And at the end of the day, we got to know each other's opinion and we had a very good discussions. It was not heated anytime. Everybody heard each other, and I think we need some of that right now, where the world is going into like madness every day. We need to listen to each other speak and have a healthy discussion about things, and that way it went really well. So I'll be quickly moving on to that part of the podcast, but before that, hey guys, welcome, and please stay with us for the rest of the episodes as well. There are a couple of more guests coming next week and I'm very excited for that as well, so please hang around for that. And thanks for coming here again, guys. My name is Ayan. You're listening to Some of My Jokes Don't Land. Let's get it started. Come on. Hello. Today we are going to start with our guest episodes of the podcast. It's very exciting because we have two very great guests with me and they are pretty awesome, what to say. They're my friends and they're siblings as well. And the topic we're going to discuss today is about cancel culture. And I feel that this one needed a discussion rather than an information thing. So I think we'll pretty much start with it. So basically, hi Khushi, hi Ayushi. You don't have to
Hello.
look as if you're dead. Okay, so basically, first question. It's not a question, it's rather a discussion. Let me start with it. The question is के basic idea क्या है of cancel culture? What do you guys think of it? I'll start with Khushi. चलो. Khushi, you start.
See, I am not against it at all. In all honesty, I feel that certain
My question is what it is. What do you think it is?
cancel culture is basically a fan base or people going against a particular individual after they've done something that's perceived wrong in the eyes of their audience. That's what
Okay.
I look at it as.
Okay. Ayushi, any thoughts?
As much as my understanding goes, I feel like cancel culture is banishing a particular thing because a certain community of people do not agree with a particular topic or something that goes on, which is very wrong as per me. But like more or less, it's something just like cutting something off because some people don't agree with it.
So that's the thing कि the cancel culture का यही है कि there is a sect of people who think that what you have said is not okay, and then they say कि okay, from now onwards we are not going to support anything you do. We are going to basically blacklist you. That's the gist, right? like मेरे को तो यही समझ में आ रहा है.
Yeah.
My first question or the thing that I want to speak about is that do you think that there is most of us जो like are from this generation consider it to be something that's bad But do you think that there can be a argument from the opposite side?
Yeah, obviously, arguments can be presented from any side of the place. People will defend anything that they have done. But it depends on the situation. It depends on what basis that guy or girl has been cancelled. That's what I feel. Like, context in this situation, in this scenario, in cancel culture, context matters more than anything.
Yes, that is true.
That's what I feel.
Okay,
Like,
so
definitely.
go
There's
on.
a freedom of speech for everyone. I mean, like, everybody gets to present what they support by, but like, trying to support only one side of it because they have like a larger support base it's wrong.
So let's say I'll give you an example, and you decide. Okay, I know it's not for us to decide, but let's see what our opinion is. So basically, let's say a very famous personality who has like done so many things, and he's a good personality otherwise. That person, let's say tomorrow comes out and says something which he doesn't mean. Okay, let's assume this person says a racial slur or something. Anything can happen, and immediately apologizes for it because it might
What
be a
does he
slip
say?
of. And immediately apologizes. Let's say a famous personality has somehow misspoken something, and it's a racial slur. Let's say an example, and then person also apologizes in a public way. Do you think that it's the right thing to do, or is the best way is to not talk about it at all? That's my question.
See, that also depends. That's what I'm saying. Over here also, it's context that will matter. So if this is the first time that it has happened and it just slipped out and the person's
Okay,
so-called...
I'm right out calling names and giving example. Tomorrow morning, Bill Gates in his let's say live event, misspeaks a racial slur and then he apologizes. ये word मेरे को मार देगा. So do you think that, because ये बहुत बार हुआ है, we have seen people say something that they don't mean and they get cancelled the very next day. So my question is that Bill Gates, let's say, itna bada personality, does so many things. If one word that he has spoken, that also he has asked for forgiveness for it. Do you think it's okay to cancel him? Like, will you think of cancelling this person? Here I have given context, that's what I'm saying.
but वही बात होगी ना कि see, if it was, suppose it wasn't Bill Gates ना, people would have been like, ठीक है, it's a one-time mistake हो गया. But because it's Bill Gates, and that stigma gets created in people कि ये आदमी बहुत, like, he's a big guy, right? He's a public figure. He influences people daily, hundreds of people daily. So he should be more careful about what he says in public, and so that kind of stigma follows everyone who passes that sense, that level of you could say celebrity. Like, if it wasn't Bill Gates, if it was some kind of a, I don't know, if it was some, even if, like, suppose it was Elon Musk, okay, if Elon Musk says something, people will probably blame it on his eccentric personality. They will be mad for a couple of days, but then they would be like, "अरे ठीक है, ये तो ऐसा ही है," and they would let it go. That's what I feel. But because it's Bill Gates, whose image doesn't support that at all, it gets taken into a different context altogether.
Okay. Mera bhi, like, I have the same points. Ayush, do you have anything else? Like, do you think?
Like, I feel if somebody is publicly apologizing about it, no matter like at what level that person stands. I mean, ultimately we all know that nobody is perfect here, and since he's like a celebrity as well, it's very easy for a celebrity's words to get misunderstood in a way. Maybe he didn't even mean it that way, and still if he's willing to come and apologize for it, then I think, I mean, it should count. It's like an open and shut case then. But then there are people who try to exaggerate it in a way and like get his reputation down and like promote the whole cancel culture. Nahi, itna bada aadmi hoke bhi, how can he say that? Which is very wrong, I feel.
But you know what I feel? What I feel is that when you achieve a certain level of recognition, it's kind of a part of your being that you have to be careful about what you say in public. You can't just be like, I'm human. Like, obviously, say 1 or 2 times it happens. I understand that. But when you mess up in a very serious way, when you hold this power over others, I feel like you should be held accountable for something that you've done that is not right.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Quite acceptable, but the reasoning is same, that I feel celebrities are very easy targets because they don't have a repercussion. They come. What would, let's say, if a Bollywood star is attacked with something, वो क्या बोलेगा? चलो मैं पिक्चर नहीं बनाऊंगा तुम्हारे लिए. Fuck you to everybody. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वो ऐसा बोल सकता है. He can't come out with a defense for him other than that, I feel. So that's why जब भी celebrity level पे कुछ भी होता है, it gets shut that way, that उसको माफी मांगना ही पड़ता है, even though that person hasn't said something. And I'm only giving the context was Bill Gates ने कुछ, he has misspoken something. Sometimes there are actual opinions that people have, जो उसको misspoke नहीं, it's their thought, and that time also they are asked to withdraw it. So what do you feel about that? When it's an opinion, it's not a mistake, because opinions के लिए anytime there's a separate opinion about anything, people choose to like freak out.
See, I feel
कैसे बोल सकते हैं?
people should have the liberty of questioning opinions. Like, obviously everybody can't have the same opinion about a particular thing. Maybe somebody is standing by one thing and it's very personal to them. We can definitely question them, but expecting them to change it because you're not okay with it is very wrong. Like, maybe maybe that opinion is very shitty of that person, but that's what we feel. According to him, there may be some other reasoning to it that he feels that, oh no, my opinion does make sense.
But don't you think, okay, I'll give you another example because we talk about Elon Musk. Elon Musk said something on Twitter that even his wife refuted. What he said about non-binary people or something like that. Like, what I feel is having an opinion is 100% warranted. But the way you talk about that opinion when you're at that level, people like us, we sit amongst friends and we say shit. That's fine. Because we're amongst friends who we know, I know for a fact that there are 4 people who I hold influence over, who might be affected by what I'm saying. There are people who have 4 million people who are listening to them. But that's what I'm saying. There are people who, you should be aware of the people. Like, children are looking at you, they're looking at you and they're thinking, हाँ अगर ये ऐसे बोल रहा है, if he's allowed to say it in this way, so am I. I think that is something that celebrities need to keep in mind, that you're obviously warranted to talk about your opinion, so you can hold whatever opinion you want, it's a free world, but the way you spread your message needs to be in a certain way that's acceptable by everyone.
Fair, I think.
But
that's
what
a fair
is that
point.
radar of acceptance is my question, right? I mean, like, what is acceptable? How are we to decide that? Like, maybe something that somebody's saying.
That is actually my next question, that all of these things, offense and everything, the cancel culture and everything is starting from somebody taking offense, mostly about something. Okay. And then is the age-long question of what is offense to you, what is to me, where is the line? So it's a much bigger discussion, and I think it is pretty clear that everybody knows that it is very subjective. Okay, तुमको क्या अच्छा लगेगा, मुझको क्या लगेगा. But I feel the culture of what culture needs to happen is that the culture of accepting different opinions. That is the main thing that I feel should exist. हो सकता है, चलो, I don't like this, but I get that you have a position to talk. I won't come to kill your family for that. I get it.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, because I was planning to come on it later, but चलो अभी बात कर लेते हैं. Especially in India, what happens is that cancel culture rises very quickly to mob culture, which is that the moment something happens, you can say anything you want. Police won't do anything to you. Politicians won't do anything to you. Nobody will do anything to you other than a local mob outside your house. And these are formed by people who feel that you don't have the right to say what you feel. So what do you think, where does this come from? Like, how come we have instigated? Obviously that mob can be formed by political backing. I'm not saying that happens most of the time, but how do you think people get influenced this way, that you don't have an opportunity to talk, when the very foundation of this country was going against the superpower?
With this country, when we come to talk about this country, everything I feel personally is influenced by this so-called Indian culture that we have,
Okay.
right? And
Okay.
whatever goes against Indian culture results in utla burning. Like
Yes.
if you talk about like what happened with Tanmay Bhatt, let's just take that as example. Everyone knows what happened with him after the rules
He
and all
has
of
been
that.
cancelled quite a few times.
He has
Yes.
been cancelled multiple times because he made a joke. I have always, if he made that same joke with the filter of an Australian cricketer instead of Sachin Tendulkar, what would India do?
Nothing. Basically nothing.
Nothing. They would laugh with him like, oh my god, such a great job, what a comedian, great country, woohoo. But just because Sachin Tendulkar, people lost their shit because that's how it works. It's like, how can you question an Indian icon? He wasn't questioning anyone, he was just making a joke. That's what the perception about people's, what you said before, who decides criteria. In our country, people of this mindset, of Indian culture mindset, decide what the criteria is, and anyone who goes against it is wrong, period. Like, you do not have there is no gray area. It's all black and white, at least in our country.
Ayush, do you think it's the same, or do you think there's something else to it also? You get why people are affected by Sachin?
See, like, as I think right now Khushi is sort of contradicting her own statement like before. I mean, like, she said that when you hold a particular position somewhere and like you can influence a certain community, it is wrong on your part to do certain things that will affect them. Like, I'm not saying definitely, like, as she said, that if it was some Australian cricketer, people would laugh, they would go crazy over it. But since it was Sachin Tendulkar, people took so much offense to it. So in that also, I mean, I don't believe in cancelling a person completely because of like making a joke. But again, it's like, if you know something is going to put you in trouble. So for example, like if I had to take the recent, like the whole Sushant Singh Rajput case also that happened. Like, people somewhere at a particular place knew that if you take its side, you're going to be in trouble. If you don't take its side, you're still going to be in trouble. So that's the kind of like people I feel themselves are not aware of what side they are on. And they just see where there is more power in terms of like having an opinion. So if they see that somebody is having a larger opinion about a particular side, they will just go to it blindly without even knowing if what they're doing or saying is right or wrong. That's what I feel.
That point I get, and I think this is a debate that so many people have had about was his actions right, if it was in good light or it was in good faith, as they say. But that's the thing, like, these things are, at the end of the day, हम जो भी बात कर रहे हैं उसका एक ही solution है, is that always there's going to be two sides to this also. This also has a gray medium, and ये भी black and white नहीं. I think that's the gist of it, I feel. But उसके ऊपर I want to say something that we see nowadays what happens, especially in the West, that many people are getting cancelled for things they have said in the past, not today.
Right.
Something they said 10 years ago. What is your opinion on that? Because I feel that culture changes a lot with time. Few things that were right then could be wrong now. I'm pretty sure, like, even if you take any great person 100 years ago, that person might have said things against women or against particular communities that will not work today, but still you have idols of their existence everywhere. So what is your thought on that because multiple things happened? Kevin Hart got cancelled 10 years after this thing and was not allowed to host Oscars. So what is your opinion on that? Do you think that is something
I feel in today's time, especially, the kind of power that social media is holding is one of the biggest culprit, because what was not that important 10 years ago is becoming important because now you have a platform to speak about it. Even if you did not agree to that like 10 years ago, now you may agree to it because you feel कि हाँ बोल अभी है platform तो बोल देते हैं. Like also somewhere with what you said, like I didn't know this was happening like up till a year ago, but at least especially in this year, because people are having a little more time on their hands, I feel they are bringing up issues that may have bothered them at that time, but they didn't consider it important enough to speak about it now. But now, suppose like if a topic about sexual harassment is trending on Twitter, and people will remember कि 10 साल पहले मेरे साथ भी sexual assault हुआ था, so I'll talk about it now. Whereas that person may have like changed, gotten a completely different person now, but they'll bring it up now. So I just feel that this is somewhere we can blame social media for it.
But do you see this side that possibly ho sakta hai? Let's say that happened here also in West also. That yes, somebody was sexually assaulted, and when it happened, that person was not in any power to contradict this person. But when this person finds support from 600 other people, she feels or he feels that there's a chance that even I can voice my opinion. I think that is also a point that can happen.
Yeah, obviously. I was just watching this documentary on the Yogi Bikram, he was from Kolkata and he went to LA to teach yoga and all of that, and that is what happened there as well. And even in recent times also, what happened with this one with Shane Dawson, I saw that I followed that very intensely because I followed Shane Dawson since back then. The thing is, and that's something that I realized about him, he did blackface. I didn't like it back then either. He sexualized children. I didn't like it back then either. But back then, because comedy was very... you could do anything when it came to making jokes. You drew the line at the Holocaust, but everything other than that was fine. And I think when it comes to cancel culture and instances of talking about, like, there are certain things that are not acceptable anywhere, and especially now. So I feel if someone has done something in the past that was not right, but accepted back then by giving the reason ki haan chalta hai, and that thing gets brought back now, I think it's warranted. Because I feel like those beliefs those aren't something that you can get rid of in 5 years. You can't just not be a pedophile in 5 years. That's what I feel.
I agree. I mean, completely. If you want to voice your opinion about something bad that has happened with you a long time ago, and now you think that it's like the right opportunity for you to say it, it's definitely right. But somewhere I also believe that some people are abusing that power in a way. Like if you didn't have that kind of resources before, and now you do.
And the most important part about this or any public case jo hamare samne aata hai is that our source of knowledge is the news, or let's say internet.
And that's deeply flawed.
And that's the thing. I'm pretty sure they give information, but it's very difficult to identify what is the information and what is not. So there's a lot of things to say about Indian news. That is a different subject. But somehow I get them also because they have to compete with the IPL. So they will have to do something.
That's true.
Yeah. So that way I get it. Okay? Because that is also a vicious cycle. Na? If you're not getting money, you can't make the news. Yeah. And then it goes around. So that I get that.
But things like that shouldn't be governed by money. Like, that's what I feel like. In India, cancel culture is very largely based on news. There are very few news channels that provide with proper, true, tested news.
True.
And worst part is that the ones that are most widely received by people, that have the most reach, are shit. People switching their TV on and watching Arnab Goswami saying drug do, that kind of creates people's opinion. Maybe she was right about the whole drug trial that happened.
But do you also get it that he's competing with 2 super overs happening in IPL, and he has to do drug do ke log dekhe usko?
What I think is, news shouldn't be warranted. Yes. News shouldn't be in the same league as the IPL. It's news. It's what's happening in the world. The IPL is cricket.
True. So do you think that they should be allowed to run a channel irrespective of the financials and stuff? Because that
Yes,
is a
of
very
course
huge.
they should. I think the
Anyway,
BARC recently said that news channels are not going to be tested on the basis of TRP or something of that sort. I might be wrong, but I read it somewhere.
also I heard
So
that the thing that they do now, they calculate TRP. They only do like 13,000 TVs in India. They take 13,000 TVs in areas,
yeah,
and that's all. In a population of 1.3 billion, it's nothing. So TRPs are also like flawed.
Exactly.
Anyway, not going away from the topic. So I want to show you guys on video, which I want to talk about. And uske pehle I have this thing to say is that there are many people who have been convicted with the cancel culture thing that you're going to get cancelled. People who have not been affected by the accusations at all are people who didn't acknowledge it and just went ahead. And I'm talking about mostly comedians who have said something which might be questionable for a particular community, but they have come out and not said anything because they felt that they don't need the justification. They don't. It was a joke. Like whenever you are seeing somebody perform, like whenever you're seeing a musician sing, you don't expect that person to sing everything they speak also. Now. So when a person who is a performer is doing something on stage, 100% of the time it's not their opinions as well. There are few people who don't get affected by it, and I will name them after the video, and I will be talking about their videos where they have said something which might not be good. Like as a thought, it's a brilliant thought, but the way that the thought can affect a community is also severe. There are a few comedians, mostly like Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr. We're going to talk about Bill Burr now. I'm going to show a video to you guys. You guys have not seen the SNL bit, right? इसको बहुत ज़्यादा backlash मिला है. There's nothing backlash that I felt should be deserved, but I wanted your perspective, so we take on it. And these people, what they do is that they are very legendary comedians now. So what they do is that most of their bits are about stuff that they create from scratch, obviously. So there's some content. And few of the times they take the liberties of doing a joke that might not be acceptable to all communities, but I feel what they do is that they explore a topic which is their creative liberty. They can do, and they can speak about it as well. And I think comedians, people say that they also have a responsibility, but I feel art and artists are different, and I feel this person can be something else in real life and can speak about something else. It's pretty easy to do. I feel that applies to them. So I will share a video with you guys. Let me just see this line up. So it is Bill Burr's SNL monologue, and you guys give me the opinion of what you feel. He basically spoke about everything that that you that people feel they shouldn't talk about openly. Okay, and there are lots of things. So there's a basic breakdown Joe I feel we should do. First of all, opinions. Right off the bat, Khushi, what did you feel about it? What was the?
I was thinking, since he made the first joke, I was thinking about everything that I could say since he started talking about the white. Because what happens now, I'll tell you something, a little off topic, but I'll tell you before I give my opinion on this. Being a girl and being gay, okay, I have two places that I can offend very deeply because of everything I think about.
Yes.
If I say that what he said about white women was fucking hilarious and true, I'm a horrible feminist. Okay. How can you say that? Okay. And if I say what he said about Pride Month is right, I am the worst gay in the world.
Okay. But that's not the point. Is that what is your opinion? That's what is important.
No, but if we're talking about cancel culture in general, this does apply.
Yes, obviously it does. I get it. But I am feeling just from the top, did you take, was there any point you felt it was too much? or
No.
like?
Not at all. I would not cancel a man on the basis of that.
Oh. Did you feel personally offended anywhere?
I mean, no, not really, no.
Okay.
But maybe that goes because I don't really get offended as easily as.
It's okay, but you do get offended, right? You get offended. That's the thing.
Yes.
You didn't get in this place.
No.
Yeah, so that's what we want to know. Ayushi, what are your opinions on this? How did you enjoy
For
this,
me,
or
see,
how did you hate
I
this?
looked at the whole thing as a joke only. I knew it was a stand-up comedian doing comedy,
Yes.
so obviously it wasn't meant to be taken seriously. But I can understand why some people may have gotten offended by it. Like giving a small example from the video itself, like where he talks about reducing the population. I mean, if you want your old grandparents to die, like let them have their way, something like. So that may be very insensitive to certain people. Like I knew he was kidding. Definitely, it doesn't look like. I mean, I didn't think that that guy hates his own grandparents. That's why he wants all grandparents in the world to die. But there may be people who see it that way.
Okay. True. I think that's a valid point as well.
You know, that is another thing that she said, no, ki she saw it as a joke. A lot of people don't start off with that mindset.
That is where the cancel culture starts. Basically, if you see this, I have seen this like 3-4 times anyway. So this is basically a jab against the entire cancel culture.
Yeah.
That anything I say is going to say something, so let me just go with it. And he has done multiple stuff on this caliber. This is the first time he did it on SNL, that's why people got to watch it. SNL actually has a huge white audience watching, and that's why people who got mostly offended by this were white people got mostly offended. Yeah, but the white community got more offended as per I have read about it. There's a huge support from the black community because they thought it was the best. Okay, many people are calling it like best monologue of last 10 years and stuff because he said stuff that it's not jokes, these are facts. He's just saying them in a way that it is funny. Okay, so there are few things that there's a specific part that I feel is genius. I'll talk about it in a bit. But so right off the bat, he spoke about how people are not serious about the entire coronavirus thing, and if you're that dumb enough to kill your cousin, go ahead. And then he talks about that Rick Moranis got punched. Rick Moranis is that guy from Honey, You Shrunk the Kids. He's that main lead. And he's nothing. It's nothing. He's just saying that in New York, where everything was so much of wokeness, a guy got punched on the street, and that basically means New York is bad, because he's trying to play off the cultural relevance के New York में कोई भाव नहीं देता. Anyway, so those are basic things. Stuff where people got most offended by was the white woman part. That was the most things because there's this part where I read like we all heard that first of all, few people thought that are you promoting do you think that rapes don't exist when you're saying something like that, where he said that that part that white woman the nerves on it, that for hundreds of years you have stood by white men when they did all the bad things and supported them. You wanted to fuck a black guy, you do it, but then call it it's not with consent. So this is the part that most people got offended by. Rest few people or the gay community got offended, but I didn't understand at what, because
I can tell you about that. I can tell you about the white people thing also. But so see, there was one statement. You asked me if I was offended by something, and I said not really. I was offended by one thing.
Yes.
Which is that, Nick, you can't compare a race and sexual orientation first.
Okay. Before you start, I felt that part was genius, and I would say something about it. So go ahead.
No, then you can.
No, I would say something. I want to hear what you want to say, and I would say what I'm coming.
That tu dekhega na, this comparison has not been drawn by any gay guy or black guy. If you look at it in that manner, that ऐसा किसी ने नहीं बोला that gay people need these. It's not like crime against gay people doesn't happen. It's that crime against racial crimes are more reported. Crimes that happen because of racial discrimination are more talked about than crimes that have happened because of sexual orientation, because nobody in this world wants to listen about it. If a black guy gets killed, there are people who will be like, oh fuck, oh shit, aisa ho gaya. If a gay guy gets killed, like, yeah, fuck it, it's okay, hota hai. That's what people say. Trans deaths are not reported. Oh yeah, see, I am offended. Okay, I am offended by that one statement he made. Like, it was not, he could have done without it. Because nobody asked for this.
Okay.
The fact, people need to understand.
Nobody asked for anything in that sense. But the thing is, okay, I'll tell. Ayushi, do you have anything to say? Do you think this part,
You go ahead, then I'll speak about it.
Okay. So the reason I felt this part was the genius, and that's why I ended it with it, because the whole set was punching against the woke movement. Okay. Now in 2020, two things you can't joke about at all is because of everything that has gone around with the black community and the things that they have suffered, killing of George Floyd. It's a very sensitive topic to talk about, the entire black history, black culture thing. And also the concept of sexuality and its different types and acknowledging all of them. These are things that if you are against, these are very big cultural no-nos that if anybody says publicly, you're going to get cancelled like this. Okay. Now nobody is taking away from the fact that these two things are very serious and very important. What I found genius was that his comparison was on the basis कि अरे इसको 2 दिन ज़्यादा क्यों मिल रहा है? That was, I felt कि gay people are getting June and Black History Month is February. तो इसको ज़्यादा क्यों मिल रहा है 2 दिन? Why is this? 2 days, why is this important? And I thought about it a lot, that why he chose to do this joke, because he's not insulting either of them, I felt anyway. He's just trying to make fun of two serious topics that you can't talk about at all, in a way that it doesn't insult anybody. Because first of all, I felt this way. I'm not black, I'm not bisexual, I don't belong to any of the community. So it might be something I'm not getting. That's why I wanted to have a discussion. Is that when there are two things you can't talk about, there's a way to present it. And I felt this joke was the best joke for me, because I completely get what he was trying to do. He was trying to get a joke out of a situation, and the perspective of the thought that how to compare them. Let's do the silliest thing you can do. Let's compare के इसको 2 दिन ज़्यादा क्यों मिल रहा है, इसको 2 दिन कम क्यों मिल रहा है. That's what I felt about it. That I felt is genius to compare it that. That's my opinion.
I feel I agree with both of you in a way. Like, since Khushi is bisexual, maybe that's why she got offended by that particular point. But also where she says that this is no place to compare. Like, these two are very different things to be compared in general. Like, that's a race. This is like a community that is related to sexuality and stuff. But again, as you said, that making a joke out of something that's so controversial already on the silliest things like number of days given to showcase yourself was pretty genius. I'll agree to that.
I completely loved that joke, but वो joke का पहले भी बहुत कुछ बोला ना वो. That's what I'm saying. See, taking it as a joke shows my maturity.
Okay.
But there will be people who will be like, oh, this guy is trying to pin two minorities against each other and white people suck. See, that is how people will perceive it as well.
Okay. It's not about people. I'm just asking your opinion. People will say multiple things. Somebody said that his mic was wrong height. I read on the Twitter thing that the mic cord was not long enough, or something like that. That there should be a corded mic, wireless mic use nahi karna tha. So many people will have opinions. I just want your part. That, like, you discovered that you were offended by it after you thought of it. Okay, that part was problematic. So the entire gay part that he started with is that he was shooting for this film King of Staten Island, which is a great movie, you guys should see. He saw that there are something weird about New York that he has not seen before, and it is basically he asked somebody कि क्या चल रहा है, and he soon realized it's Gay Pride Month. Did that part offend you at any way? I don't think there's anything. No, right? So your problem is only with the comparison that they are comparing two minorities.
My point is that I don't know. See, I'll tell you why I was offended. I was offended in a very secondary way because I, for a fact, know that he is not insensitive towards both of these. But people that follow him are going to use him as an example in saying, "Had isko bhi to nahi pasand, hum kyun pasand kare?"
Okay.
That is what offends me because that is what instigates mob culture. That fans turn into mobs. India mein mobs are political party ke fans. Am I wrong? That happens elsewhere as well.
No, but then the question is same that we started with. That should that mean that nobody should go out of their ways to speak their
mind? Of course not. No, of course.
Then,
see, that's what I'm saying. That what he said offended me a tiny bit. I would still go and look at the entire thing. I wouldn't be like, "Hat chutiya main nahi dekhungi." I would not say that.
See, I feel like you getting offended about something like this also, like, if I had to say this whole thing of live and let live, a lot of people don't buy that in a way. So, for example, suppose nobody has told the gay community that you can't follow, do it some other time, or nobody has told the black community also that you can't, like, make a month of your own at any other point of the year. You know, like, it's like you saying that for domestic violence, like people say that, oh, it happens only with women. Then people come up with saying that, oh, it doesn't happen, like it happens with men, but nobody brings it up. Like when you said that, trans murders or whatever are not recorded and stuff. It's like saying it in that aspect, which is kind of baseless because it can have both schools of thought over there.
Let me tell you something. See, George Floyd died. The entire world went crazy.
Yes.
George Floyd जैसे murders of black trans people happen every fucking month. Nobody talks about them because the world refuses to accept that they were women in the first place. They don't get recorded as trans murders. They just get recorded as murders because there is no acceptance. That is why I was offended. There is no comparison because you look at a black man and you say, he's black and I hate him. You look at a gay person, you look at them and you say that, oh, you don't exist.
Do you think it's important? Do you think it's important that if a person is killed, there's a need to specify?
Obviously not.
That this person is black, that's why he got killed, or this person is trans, or that's why they got killed.
But don't you think that that is why they got? ऐसे तो नहीं था ना कि कोई आया, ओहो ये दिख रहा है इसको मार देते हैं. They were killed because they were black or because they were trans. So obviously it plays a role in the whole narrative. I'm not talking about serial killers, but what happened with George Floyd was a racial crime.
Yes, that was a racial crime. Do you have an instance of where मेरे को genuinely समझा नहीं what you are trying to say, because I didn't get it, like what you are trying to say, because were you trying to say that उसको acknowledgement नहीं मिल रहा था that that person is trans? Did you mean that?
See, it is a very stupid and redundant argument if it comes to that, because I feel it will be like, oh, people are getting killed and all LGBT community is thinking about is recognition, which is not it. What I'm saying is people got enraged because George Floyd was killed for racial crime.
Okay.
Discrimination. Nobody is getting enraged because a gay person died because he was gay.
Acha, so that's your saying. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. The same thing happens in India as well. So many Dalit deaths happen fucking daily. Nobody gives a shit because Dalit hai. Everyone in our country, our peers, our friends, post about. I did it myself. I posted about George Floyd, I posted about Blackout Tuesday, I did all of that. But if I come across a post that talks about Dalit deaths, it's my job as an Indian to talk about that as well, because it's not just nobody in America is talking about this person, let me not talk about it. That is also what instigates cancel culture, in my opinion.
Okay, I get your point. I understand that. I think that is a fair point that you made, that iska nahi ho raha hai, that's why. Okay, so the last thing that I want to speak about is it's something that happened very recently, I think you both are aware of, and it's also a somehow what part of cancel culture is that Vijay Sethupathi got kind of cancelled because he was playing Muthaiya Muralidharan in his biopic. Do you guys know of this? Vijay Sethupathi is the guy from Super Deluxe.
I know who Vijay Sethupathi is.
Yeah. So he was supposed to play Muthaiya Muralidharan in his biopic. And posters and motion posters also came out of look test jo hota hai. And there's a lot of flack for various reasons. Two of the reasons were that first of all, that being an Indian, he is carrying Sri Lanka ka flag. That is something people oppose. And another thing people oppose is that there's a lot of crime in Sri Lanka for people who were Tamilians. Tamilians who settled in Sri Lanka had a lot of repercussions, and people were killed also in Sri Lanka. And that's why they feel that a Tamilian shouldn't be representing a Sri Lankan. That's why that happened. And what happened is that I think today or yesterday only, Muralidharan wrote a press thing saying that it was my autobiography, my biopic, and I would ask Sethupathi to not go with it, and if there is any hesitation from his side to withdraw from the film, I'm giving approval that it's my film, I get it, you can withdraw, because his daughter was getting rape threats and stuff, Vijay Sethupathi. So that is a typical thing of cancel culture rising to mob culture. ये पता नहीं था, so obviously you have your option or chance to react to it. What do you think of that? What does that qualify as?
I'll tell you something. This reminded me of something that happened with us. That's why I'm going to talk. इसमें भी ना context matters. ये आदमी cricketer है. I don't think what he's I don't think Vijay Sethupathi is doing anything wrong by playing a cricketer. But that is why I don't think that this was something that should have happened. But what Rajkumar Rao did with Omerta, that obviously nothing warrants death threats, but that movie deeply offended me. I walked out of a theater. We walked out of the theater. I could not watch something like that. But if you're playing a cricketer, it shouldn't warrant this reaction. That is what I meant by context is very important. And people need to understand that you don't have to blindly just start calling everybody anti-national because वो साला Sri Lankan cricketer play कर रहा है.
Okay, I get it. So, Khushi, you made a really good point where you said that a film like Omerta offended you because an Indian guy played a Pakistani terrorist, was involved in crimes multiple places.
He was not Pakistani, he was Indian.
Okay, sorry. Omerta was an Indian terrorist.
Yeah.
The guy, okay.
Who went and who collaborated with the Taliban. He was an Indian.
Yes. Sorry, my mistake. So basically, this is an Indian person who was a terrorist and collaborated with Taliban. And you are offended at this because you felt that he shouldn't be glorified. That's your point, right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay.
Yes, that's my point. He should not be movies like that. See, if it was a documentary, I would have been very happy. But the fact that people went through the pain of creating a fucking biopic for a topic of that kind, it just did not sit right with me.
See, if you consider from a filmmaking point, a documentary is thrice the work to make than a biopic.
Okay, you tell me something. As a person who loves films and wants to be a filmmaker, if you're passionate about a topic, if you are so willing to create something, to create awareness about this, would the 3 times work matter to you?
There might be multiple things. There might be financial issues. There might be other issues backing from the production house. There can be a lot of things. I get what you're trying to say, that if this was a passion project, not all things are passion projects. This could be something this person thought was interesting. This might not be his ideal thing. My question to both of you is that, Ayushi, did you feel anything about the film? Did you see the film at all? Or do you know of the
I
film?
did not see personally when it comes to movies and like actors playing particular people. I don't think there's anything wrong in it because it's a movie. It's made for like your entertainment, even if it's for informational basis. And I know it can have like a huge influence on a large audience because people look up to movies sometimes and they kind of get influenced by it. But having certain opinions on the actor because he played a role is very wrong. I mean, he's just playing a role. He's kind of excelling his own skill. It's not that he's supporting a particular thing. It's like you saying that if there is a cricket related movie and an Indian actor is playing from Pakistan side, he's playing the role of being someone from Pakistan. So you will just like cancel him saying ki aise kaise you are not there. What?
Ayushi, see, let me explain it to you again. We started this off with the comparison of cricket and terrorism. If it's cricket, it doesn't matter. See, this is not Kabir Singh. People cancelling Shahid Kapoor because he played a misogynistic guy is very different from someone saying ki nahi Rajkumar Rao, please don't be a fucking terrorist. Don't play a terrorist on screen. There is a very big difference. Very, very big difference.
Where is the conversation about art and artist in this situation?
See, I am telling you from a very, very, very clear perspective. An artist creates art that he or she believes in, yes or no. You doing a movie about terrorism promotes the idea that hot he can. I am not saying that this is what I believe. I am saying this is what a lot of people thought.
Definitely, like as I
I'm
said
asking
also,
solely your thing. I'm not asking you to speak for people. It's your thoughts that I'm interested about. That's what I'm asking.
It was a wrong choice on his behalf. He could have done another movie.
I personally don't agree to that at all because it's like as you said very rightly that movies like this do influence a very, very large audience. But it's like you saying that Nawazuddin Siddiqui playing in Raman Raghav. It's like he's not promoting being a serial killer, right? It's
What
just
God?
that
You're not understanding what I'm trying to say. See, if you go out into the world and you see Jennifer Aniston,
okay,
what are you going to say? That's Rachel.
that is very different.
That
like,
is how. No, I'm telling you that is the influence that art has on so-called artists.
okay.
A person becomes a character. See, I'm giving you an example. I'm not saying that this is comparable in any way. But when you are you're perceived as a great artist, everyone knows he did movies like Newton and stuff, and then he played a terrorist. That's something that doesn't make sense to me.
But what I'm not getting is what's wrong with playing a character. He's just showing off his acting skills. He's showing off that he has the capability to take him out of his mind, take all the things that has been put in his brain about everything that he has taught. He can put that aside and not change, play a character and come back to his own self. Why is that?
Kudos to him for doing that. That's a great way of.
Go ahead.
It's amazing that he did it. But when you see, this all sounds very great to us because we come from a creative mind. Hai ki nahi? It sounds like, oh my god, he did something that not a lot of people have the guts to do. He's doing a great role in
See,
something.
now
But
you're going. It's the same thing that you're coming back to again. That an artist has a social obligation towards his society, which
Exactly.
which
Exactly.
which you are saying is an important thing. I also agree it's an important thing, but he has his own right to do anything he wants. That's what I'm trying to
Then
say.
he has of course he does. Then he also has, see, when you say he has the right to do whatever he wants, then he should be ready to face the repercussions as well.
There's no repercussions against the film. It came out as well. It was released in
Yeah.
Indian theaters.
Some
I'm
people
just-
like it, some people didn't. Like you have
My
that
my
kind of-
question was solely that what you felt because you started the conversation. So
I did
just-
not see what Vijay Sethupathi is doing is warranted. My argument in the beginning, like my statement in the beginning, said the same thing. Context matters. That's
that
all
I
I-
completely understand. In the Vijay Sethupathi thing is also kind of on the same thing. It's not only about cricket. That's what I'm saying. Whatever, the thousands of Tamilians were killed in Sri Lanka. Okay,
Okay.
and that's why he said, I think, I'm not sure of it, I'll put it on the side if I'm wrong, that I feel even Muthaiya Muralidharan has a Tamilian descent somehow, I feel. And he
Yes.
also went to Sri Lanka and that's his culture. What people are saying that when these things happened with Tamilians in Sri Lanka, he didn't raise any question, he didn't do anything. So now a Tamilian guy shouldn't play somebody who supported the murdering of Tamil people in Sri Lanka. That's the argument people are making. That's
See, you
what I'm-
had said, I don't know either of you had said in the beginning about how people क्या कहते हैं, like they brush their hands off of these so-called cancel claims by not reacting to them. That in no way means that they agree on the opinion that oh ये गलत है. ऐसा थोड़ी था that Muralidharan went and said कि हाँ no you should kill Tamilians.
Obviously,
He just
that's what
kept
I'm saying.
quiet. Just
Yeah.
kept quiet. I don't see that there anything wrong in that at all.
But I understand what you're trying to say, that your argument was about artists' contribution to
Social
his
obligation.
society. Social obligation, yes, that's the right word. Which I completely agree on, but I think that is the bigger question that I don't think we'll find answers to anytime soon. That,
Agreed. For sure.
that where is the line till where you can fulfill your own wishes and also maintain social obligation, or you'll have to be doing something that's not according to your wishes but go by the social obligation basically. So I get that. It's good that you said what you felt because it was necessary also. Okay, there should be a side to everything. But I think that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Lastly, there's one thing that I want you guys to do. So I have a recommendation part where I take recommendations. If you guys are watching anything interesting, please let me know or suggest.
I think Penguin
Yeah.
needs to be watched by people.
I agree.
मेरे को नहीं पता
So
क्या
you
film
should
है. What is this film?
Goguli.
It's a thriller movie. I don't think we should tell you about it because then that kind of spoil. Because it's like
हाँ.
you're lost half the movie and then towards the end you find out certain things that were unexpected. So like I don't know how to.
Whose movie is this? Is this that Anurag Kashyap thing that you said?
No,
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 it's
that is
different.
the other.
Okay.
That is also a great movie.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it.
Okay, I will find, and obviously I put graphic of what you're saying. It's called Penguin, right?
Yeah.
It's about a pregnant woman.
What music are you listening to? Is there any music recommendation you would like to give? Anything works.
Yeah, I like Bollywood music. Anything recent Bollywood, I like
Ah.
listening to it. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, nobody's I'm just asking for recommendation.
No, I will suggest this show called Criminal. It's called Criminal UK.
Akon,
It is
Akon.
a... Huh?
I saw that one.
Yeah, so it's like a one-room crime drama thing, which is It was insane because I always get surprised when people with limited resources can create something that you can relate to. Like, you don't step out of that one room and you know everything that has happened already. It's like you've been there through that entire, and I feel that's amazing art. Like, when you're able to do something like that, it's insane. Just like one of my favorite movies called, and please go ahead. Please do self-promotion. It's called 157 Days.
Yes,
It's
Good
wrong.
movie. I felt it was a good movie. There's nothing wrong in that movie.
No, I felt it's a blatant copy.
It is.
Criminals,
Absolutely. When I saw it, I was like, oh no,
criminals-
you've been ripped off.
Criminal UK is a blatant rip-off of my thing that I
Yes.
would like
It's
to put it out.
glorious. That is my
I would
original
just
recommendation.
like to put it out. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have a movie watch. It's in the description. Yes.
Yes.
What's the music recommendation?
Ooh, I mean, everyone knows. If people who watch this, I think some of them might know me. My recommendation for the forthcoming million years will forever. What?
This has an audience of 8 people. You said
I
you know
know.
4 people. You said you know 4
Most,
people.
I said most.
Okay.
Yeah. No, okay. If people wouldn't judge, I would suggest listening to some of Louis Tomlinson's solo work. People do categorize him as the horrible one from One Direction, which is not true. I am very glad that I have a public platform to promote him.
This is where I promote cancel culture.
Yes.
Fuck off.
This is where the video. These are video cuts. This
Yes,
is where
you
the
can
video
post
cut.
fuck off. No, but it's why? Okay, your basis of judgment for people is ki he was in a boy band. I am not recommending
No.
the boy band.
No. Nobody said that. It's just
Complete your
bad.
sentence, Harry.
It's just bad. Some of it is
It
bad.
is not bad. Oh my god. Fuck off. I'm leaving. You can suck your own dick.
Arre.
Fuck off.
I've tried. It's not possible. But it's another thing that I would like to say is that no, I listened. I was just kidding. Obviously, it's a good. Their work
It's
is
not
good.
bad music. That's all I feel.
Yes. So it's. What is the name of the album? Specify the album. I think
It's
people.
called Walls. The album is called Walls.
Walls.
It has. Yes.
It's great. It's great. Anyway, thanks for joining. I think it went great. I'll have to do multiple things with it so that we all look the best people we are, and not come out
Please
as.
don't involve us in any kind of controversies with 38 followers. I don't want 38 followers.
I think you heard it wrong. It was only 8. Okay.
I hate them. And nothing to be controversial here in any way for anyone to look bad.
No. I'll make sure I don't put 80% of what Khushi said. It's okay. I'll do it.
I know.
I knew. Anyway, thanks for coming. I'll just stop the recording and yes.
So that was it, guys. That was the podcast. I think you really must have enjoyed it because we had a really great time and it was very exciting. And if you haven't enjoyed it, then please listen to all our other podcasts. That might suit you well. But please give me feedbacks of how you liked it, how you didn't like it, what you hated about it. And I think it is going to be a pretty interesting thing to talk and discuss about. We will be having more similar topics of very, very deep intellect and also some very stupid topics in the coming episodes. So please stay with us. You can follow this everywhere. The podcast is literally available on every major audio streaming platform. So that way, I think it's a great thing because you can find it everywhere. It's also on YouTube, and I think you're currently watching me there. Some of you are. And if you're not, if you're an audio streaming platform, it's okay. Everything is same. Only on video platform, there's a added benefit of the visuals, and I think that's it because I say so many things. I think it needs visuals. Anyway, I'll be moving on to the recommendation, and this week, guys, there are 2 films because I know I'm late by 2 weeks. I didn't upload for 2 weeks, so I have 2 recommendations and also very great music recommendation. Okay, let's start with The Trial of Chicago 7. What a film! I am not going to give a review. What I would say is that Aaron Sorkin is one of my most favorite. He's considered the god of screenwriting by now, I feel. And that way, I would say that this film has everything. Screenwriting is obviously brilliant. Sorkin directed it himself. It's great that way. The cast, come on, such a great cast. I'm speechless. I for the first time I think in like 3-4 years I saw us film twice on the same day because it was that good, and I can't recommend it more. Watch it on Netflix. Come on guys, watch it on Netflix. It's great. Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne, that guy from Succession who is great but whose name I forgot. He won Emmy for best actor. How can I forget his name? Okay, I'll put his name on the side. For audio listeners, please Google him. And great cast, man. Like everyone, Michael Keaton showed up for a bit, and what to say, it was genuinely one of the best films of this year that has come out this year. Like truly has to be. The next movie that I'm going to talk about also has Sacha Baron Cohen, and it's probably the most hilarious one. It's Borat 2, a subsequent film. Now, for anybody who is a fan of Borat 1, please watch it. And if you're a fan of what Sacha Baron Cohen does, I think you'll absolutely love it. It's again a mockumentary on America and intertwining with politics and so many other stuff. There are very popular set pieces that are in news currently, like the one is Rudy Giuliani, the Mike Pence one. And I think if you are okay with offensive comedy, if you are okay with mockumentary style of comedy, then I think it's a good watch for you. I won't suggest if you are easily offended by things, because it might not be for you, and that's okay. But I'm just giving a disclaimer, that's all, because Borat I feel is intelligent and very smart, like the whole concept of it. So that way I feel, but few of you guys might not feel, and that's why the film got so much backlash before also when it came out and even now. But it's purely for comedy and comedy purposes, you can say, because I have read about it and I have learned the thought process of the filmmaker, and that's my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions, so please check that out. It's on Amazon Prime Video. If you haven't watched the first one, I think you should, because there is a bit of a similarity, like connection in them. Yeah, I think you can pretty much make things, you can understand if you haven't watched the first one, but please do watch the first one as well. Okay, those were the film recommendation. I feel you guys should watch it. Now for music recommendation, I genuinely have a classic from a master. So I'm going to recommend an album by BB King that came out in 2005, and it's known as BB King and Friends 80. And come on, I think everybody has heard of this album. BB King, being one of the legendary jazz and blue artists of all time, has like a legacy behind him. But this album, he collaborated with probably the biggest name in the industry, right from Elton John, Eric Clapton, Van Morrison. John Mayer also has one song with him in that, and it's great. Come on, the album is truly great. I'll be leaving a link to the album in the description below. Do check it out. It's one of my most favorite things to listen to when I'm alone and nobody's here and I'm basically trying to go to sleep. It's a great album. Do check it out. And that's it, guys. That was today's episode this week. We had so much fun. We called a few friends. We had a very tough discussion, and also very interesting things came out of it. I think that way we had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time as well listening to it. This is me, guys. This is Ayan. You were listening to Some of My Jokes Don't Land. See you soon next week with another 2 guests. Till then, bye bye.